Howdy, my name is Roger. I love my country, my truck, and Power Platform best practices. If you're serious about becoming a Power Platform solutions architect, join the Architects Accelerator. Now enough of my fake Southern accent, and let's hear from an actual participant of the program, Anna Black.
Hi, I'm Anna Black. I'm the creator of Power Platform Cookbook. I joined the Architects Accelerator because I saw a post from Magdalena and she was so positive and inspired me to join and see what it's all about. Before joining the accelerator, I was avoiding AI, and then when I saw how to apply AI and practice like soft skills, and it just like it really opened my mind to try different things for myself with different tools and everything. It really helps you to evaluate what you know and what you don't know, because when you are doing your job for like so many years, you might be missing a trick and like a different approach. So it really helped me to look at the problems from a different angle. And it was really great to meet with people and be like a part of another community and exchange ideas and so on. So yeah, lots of benefits that did change my life. So thank you.
The link is in the show notes, or go to untethered365.com to learn more.
How hot it is. I'm sat here in Lycra. It's ridiculous.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sprint Zero podcast. My name is John Russell and I'm here with my co-partner Crab, who's pretty hot in crime, Mike Gowland. Hello Mike, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I am pretty hot in crime, actually. How are you doing?
What does that mean, you're pretty hot in crime?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why did you say it?
Well, you just said that you were hot in Lycra, so...
I am hot in Lycra.
But then you said you were hot in crime. Okay, anyway, let's get off that first sentence. Today, we're thrilled to have Rebekka Aalbers with us. Rebekka is a Microsoft MVP and a technology consultant at She's a Power Platform enthusiast and shares her knowledge and experiences through regular presenting on stage at various conferences, and we have seen her dressed up as a unicorn and a dinosaur. She is also on a blog, Power Platform Unicorn, and is also active on Twitter, where she engages with the Power Platform community. Hello, Rebekka, how are you?
Hello, right? Very well. Also very hot.
You are, yes.
Did you dress up as a dinosaur as well? Because I thought Chris H was a dinosaur and you were a unicorn.
Was the dinosaur. I was the unicorn.
I thought so.
Oh, well, screwed that intro out then.
Yeah, we'll have to record again.
That's that unicorn outfit you've got. I've got exactly the same one, and I wore it for my first child's first birthday party.
Excellent.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you wore it when your first child was born, John.
It would have, to be honest, it would have cooled me down. That
they are bloody hot. Those Labour wards, they are hot, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, Rebekka, thanks for coming on to the podcast. You've been a significant contributor in the Power Platform community. Can you share with us how you got involved with Power Platform and what inspired you to start speaking Power Platform Unicorn? I don't know why it says that.
Yeah, so I started with the Power Platform, working with the Power Platform from the early beginnings, when Power Apps was still in preview. I had some experience with Dynamics CRM Online back in the day. I was an Office 365 consultant at the time, and when Power Platform started, this is new, this is cool, let's try this out. Especially when the Power Platform was introduced, the things came together with CDS 2.0, what now is Dataverse. That felt like, hey, now everything is coming together, and this is my niche, so to say. I started speaking, my first ever speaking was in 2018. It was in Dutch user. That was mainly, the first couple of times were mainly on SharePoint related things, but very soon after that I predominantly spoke about Power Platform. So it was basically through the Dutch community where I first took the stage, and later on also at international events, and 6 years later,
on Sprint Zero.
Do you specialise in any particular part of the Power Platform? Is there something that is kind of stand out for you that you kind of go to on a speaking basis?
It used to be Canvas apps in the beginning. Now it's pretty broad. to be honest. Lots of Dataverse related sessions. Let's see, the next couple of events, I will actually talk about Power Platform Catalog, which is more of a feature, a platform feature, and on packages, which is a Dataverse feature. So
I've got to ask the obvious question, right? Because you love. It's obvious how much you like unicorns. Like in your background, I think you've got a unicorn calendar.
yes, it's a unicorn calendar.
You've also got a unicorn next to your name, so you've even thought about that, which is pretty impressive. So
It's our first guest to emoji their name on Riverside, I think.
Nice. What is it with the love affair of unicorns?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's really random. It's I don't know. I always like things that are not that age appropriate for adults. Like I love to read children's books and stuff like that. And I don't know. There's something about unicorns I just like it.
My daughter, the younger one, Tilly, she loves unicorns.
Yeah, the funny thing,
unicorns and rainbows. That's her thing.
yes, exactly. So the funny thing is that I have my brother. He has 2 daughters, and the oldest is now she just turned 11, and she used to be a big unicorn fan, but now she's at the age, and now it's not cool anymore. So if I now wear my unicorn sweater, she's like, "Oh, I'm over that."
So did you know, and you are going to be speaking at Scottish Summit, did you know that officially the Scottish animal
Well,
is
she knows,
unicorn?
John.
Yes, I know.
That's going to be good. That's
Smart
going to be
people
good.
in Scotland, they make the unicorn the national animal.
Amazing. You're going to have to dress up as one. You're going to have to.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Chris to just bring our suits to Scotland because we don't have a session, but just run around in them.
Why not?
So yeah.
So my son's really into giraffes, which I know is not you.
Closely related.
It's getting a bit sketched out because, as John knows, and I think we've alluded to on the podcast, he basically goes to the zoo every weekend. So we have like an annual pass, but he's free. I can't believe I'm going to say this publicly. He's just turned free, but before he was turned free, he was free entry, so we didn't have to pay for him. But we're now at the point where we're trying to like stretch out to the end of our membership to get him through. But as we walk up to the entrance, he does one of a few things. He starts singing "Happy Birthday." He starts saying, "I'm free now," or he starts listing off all the animals he wants to see, and not like the giraffe and the zebra, but like the lesser kudu, the mountain bongo, the binturong, all the animals that like little kids like that probably shouldn't know the names of. It's just quite stressful. So I've taught him to say "goo goo ga ga ga" as we walk up to the gate. I put him in the pram, cover over, get past the gate so they can't see him. Yeah, he's under free.
Amazing. I love how honest kids are. They're just brutal.
Yeah, and possibly being too honest as well. I'll have to consider my identity for this episode.
I'll tell you something Tilly said the other day, right? This is how honest she is. So I think that last time I saw you, actually, Rebekka, was at South Coast Summit in October last year. And that was a bit of a tricky weekend for me because one of our cats got run over, right? And I had to make the phone call while I was there to say to them that the cat had died and stuff, right? Anyway, so cut a long story short, a couple of weeks ago, sitting downstairs, and my daughter comes down with she was infatuated with this cat, and she's got a pillow that looks like the cat, so she holds it and stuff. And she comes down and she's like, "Oh, their birthday is on August the 1st," and then goes upstairs. My little one, 5 years old, taps me on the shoulder and says, "Well, only one of them has got a birthday. The other one's dead." Wow. Brutal.
So, Rebekka, on that light subject, how was the European Power Platform Conference, and what did you speak about when you went there?
Yeah, so the European Power Platform Conference, it was a great event. It's become so big in just a couple of years, and I actually wasn't the speaker this time.
Oh.
I was.
Our intel's wrong.
No, it's fine. I've been part of the program committee from the first edition for Berlin. I was this time as well. But I was at college 1.5 years ago, and I gave myself a break and only did programming committee this time. But I had to appear on stage for a couple of minutes to introduce Donna Sarkar, and so that was my 2 minutes on the big stage. That was my speaking.
dressed as a unicorn, right?
No, and Donna was actually really disappointed that I didn't bring a unicorn suit. No, I was wearing a unicorn shirt, but no suit this time.
Wait for John to ask the next question.
Sorry, my mute button is getting away from me. So just going back to your unicorn thing, if you could be a real life unicorn with any magical power that could assist you, power platform work or consultancy, what power would it be and why?
Yeah, I was actually, so the magic power I would have would not be really helpful related to Power Platform, because that would be like shitting, pooing in unicorn colors.
You're allowed to say shit. You're allowed to say shit rainbows on here, Rebekka. It's fine.
Very useful for Power Platform, but it would be to be a great designer, because I'm not, and to be able to just create beautiful canvas apps. That definitely would be.
So sprinkle a little bit of sparkle from your hoofs or your horn onto canvas apps and make them look
and
good. I like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. That's the bit that I really struggle with. You know, when you see people like Christine Koletsky and others kind of doing what they do, it's impressive stuff. Yeah.
What would your power be, John? Because I know if I was a CrowdStrike employee right now, I know what my magical power would be.
Turning it on and off again.
My CrowdStrike magical power would be to take down the world.
So for those of you who may not have read this or seen this, so there's a news story today about how there are some blue screener deaths happening on Windows devices, and it's to do with a content update on CrowdStrike. Now, I don't really know what CrowdStrike is. Anyone know what CrowdStrike is?
It's anti-malware software.
Oh, right, okay.
As far as I know.
But apparently, it's taken down all kinds of things. So, like, Sky has stopped broadcasting in the UK. I think there's Sky in Australia as well. There's loads of problems at airports around the world.
My Just Giving page, you can't donate to it right now.
Yeah, I've had some problems
like major infrastructure, basically. Companies are.
But the Microsoft Portal status page says everything's fine.
Yeah, it is now because they've already found the issue. There's already a.
I noticed that CrowdStrike put something on Reddit, which was the fix.
Yeah, so the fix is literally you have to go to the local machine, go into the CrowdStrike directory, and just remove the content file that has caused all the issues.
Nice.
But that doesn't help all the admins, and this is getting derailed a little bit, but it doesn't help the admins that have remote devices that now don't boot up and can't connect to the internet. They can't just go in and magically fix that. So there's going to be a lot of people who are either going to have to post their laptop in or travel to the office to actually get IT just to go through and delete this one file, because it requires you to boot into safe mode in order to do it.
Wow. Nice.
I think this will not be the last discussion that will be had on this topic. I mean, it's like major news in the Netherlands with like live update thing in the news app and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a huge news story. Yeah. I mean, to take broadcasters offline, I mean that.
Ground planes, keep planes up in the sky.
There's at least one hospital that had to cancel all their surgeries for the day.
Wow.
I bet whoever did the pull request for that is shitting themselves right now.
I think they need a
Friday afternoon.
Sending these. Send. Brilliant.
Rebekka, have you listened to the podcast before?
No, I don't. I haven't.
So we have a section on the podcast.
The funny thing is that I do listen to podcasts a lot.
Just not us.
Thanks. Brilliant.
No. I actually.
Is it the logo?
No, I don't listen at all to any work/Microsoft/ Power Platform podcast at all. So all my podcasts are news related or like science things. That's
okay. That's fair. That's actually fair enough.
I think this one could sneak in though, because
I need
it's got a Power Platform twinge, of course, but it's also like there's other things going on as well. Yeah.
Once you get to listen to us, which is either a blessing or a curse. Why am I putting myself through this? Anyway, we have a regular segment on the podcast called Uncomfortable Corner.
uncomfortable corner.
So, Rebekka, when was the last time you felt uncomfortable in or out of work? Explain how you felt, how you managed to get through it, and what did you learn from it about yourself, your skills, your emotions? What do you think you'd do differently or the same if you're in a similar position next time? I have just realised you, Mike, are like Anchorman on the prompter. Don't read this.
All right.
It's a long question. Sorry, Rebekka.
Question, guys. I mean, I saw this question and I was like, no.
Rebekka, what makes you feel uncomfortable?
A lot. A lot of things make me feel uncomfortable. I generally just ignore it. So I really don't remember the last time I felt uncomfortable, because it's probably happened today a couple of times and maybe yesterday. I do remember one time that I felt really, really uncomfortable, and that had some repercussions actually, and that was related to a project a couple of years ago, where I felt like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if this is gonna work out with this project, if it's gonna succeed. But I kind of never really talked about it with my colleagues. I just put on a happy face and yeah, we can do it. And in the end, after quite some time, the project actually failed. So that sucked, obviously. And one of the things I took from that is I need to speak up when I am uncertain about things, even though I might not even have like proof or don't really know why. Maybe it's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, I think gut feeling in consultancy is quite a big thing, especially when you get more experienced in it. Yeah, you can feel like a little twinge and think, that doesn't feel right.
And I think sometimes stuff like imposter syndrome can get in the way of that, can't it? So if you've got that gut feeling that you're not sure about something, you almost don't speak up about it because you're worried about how that's going to be perceived.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is related to imposter syndrome. I taught myself to, when I'm scared of something, to just say it out loud. Usually imposter syndrome and like anxiety, they go hand in hand, kind of. So when I don't know, I have to speak at a certain thing or something like that, and I feel anxious, I just say it to someone, and then they say, yo, you don't have to worry about it. I say, I know, but it just takes the edge off when I just say it out loud. And I don't know why I didn't do that in that case.
There's an actual name for that. There's a theory around that, and it's called tactical empathy, where you basically identify your feelings of you or others and label them out loud. Yeah. It's really interesting.
So, Rebekka, when the projects failed, how did you bounce back from that?
So I was actually involved in kind of the trying to get to the bottom what went wrong. That helped.
Like a post-mortem, almost.
Yes. So it also taught me, like, I also thought about what could I have done different. Yeah, but it's still, I mean, if I'm totally honest, it's still kind of a sore spot, that project. Because it was such an interesting project, and it just sucks.
Interesting from the client, like what you were doing, what the client was involved in.
It's like the scope, the impact it could have been in at the company. It's the depth of technology,
and that's hard to take that emotion out of it. I find that very difficult. Like if I feel like I've failed at something and I'm emotionally connected to it, it can really knock me off balance. Yeah.
It's really easy to brush over if projects succeed. So like you can also like pick out that this could have been done better and that could have been improved and stuff like that. But like these projects that fail actually.
At the same time as well, sometimes we can't grow if we don't hit some failures, right?
Correct.
And failure is actually the byproduct of success. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, so and that's I kind of also sort of don't want the icky feeling to really disappear, because it keeps me sharp.
Keeps you in check, right? Yeah.
Like, okay, remember that time? Let's not redo that. Let's like, okay, what went wrong again? Let's use that in future projects and make sure that they succeed.
Can you explain a little bit more what you said then about the icky feeling and why you think it's important to experience it and continue to experience it?
I mean, as humans, we tend to we kind of try to avoid things that don't feel nice, which is, it's good, right? Because it keeps us alive and well and stuff. But with the project, it did fail, and that's never gonna feel pleasant. So that kind of like keeps me on my toes. So it feels like that. Like it's a reminder to, okay, I learned that, I experienced that. Let's not do that again. And this is what I can do different in the next time. So that's
and you're going to spot it. Well, maybe spot it earlier and also be able to vocalize it earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. Nice. I think we've got the name of the title of the episode.
What is it?
The icky feeling.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you put it in the show notes.
It's really good.
Nice. Are you happy with that, Rebekka?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Awesome. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for today. So, Rebekka, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast and sharing your story. You can find Rebekka on LinkedIn.
Correct.
Awesome. Links anywhere else you want to shout out? The Twitter, X.
I'm not as active anymore on X as I used to be. LinkedIn.
No,
is
that's fair enough. I was peer pressured
that
into it, and
fine.
I don't really want to be part of it again. Links to resources mentioned in this episode will be in the show notes. Music today was provided by Ken Like Fit. You can find his music on Spotify, the link to which you can find in this episode's show notes. Any additional music used in this episode is also credited there. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss the next episode. We would also really appreciate it if you gave us a follow on LinkedIn, and if you are enjoying the podcast, please give us a review on your chosen podcast platform. Thank you. This has been Sprint Zero, and we've been Russell John. Say goodbye, Russell.
See ya. Yeah, he's going to do it, so... Yeah.
Rebekka Aalbers. Say goodbye, Rebekka.
Goodbye.
And I'm Mike Gowland. I'll see you in the next episode. Did I get your surname right, Rebekka?
Yes, you did.
See ya.
Get in! It's Gowland. It should be Gowland. But people say Gowland. Anyway, love you, John.
Yeah.
Love you, Russell.
Love you, Rebekka.
That's the rap.
He just loves it. He's waiting for you to. He's waiting for you to say "love you" back. That's what.
Love you. Love you.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm Sean. I run the Architects Accelerator. It's an 8-week training program to help you become a solutions architect. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how awesome it is. We're just going to hear from previous participants.
My name's Mike Colling.
My name is Sander.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
Hi, I'm Luke.
Hi, I'm Callum. I work as a senior functional consultant.
I signed up for this because it sounded something that I hadn't seen anywhere else.
And that's what I liked about this course, is that we were focusing about taking the right requirement and proposing to the customer the right solution.
It's showing how to use the whole platform and how to build better solutions that could last a long time.
I don't have a background in software, and given that it's changing so fast every single day, I needed a guided way of learning. If the solution architect is the direction I want to go, I have taken something from every day of those classes and have applied them to my work.
Found it really useful and I really enjoyed it.
Use promo code SPRINT0 to get $50 off.